Right, so today I'm going to bring you my January wrap-up and February TBR. I know I don't normally do TBRs, but this year I think I'm going to try, and because I have decided to set myself a goal each month of more like a challenge of what I've got to do, like finish a series or start a series or something like that. And I will talk more about that when I do my TBR, but my goal for this month was to finish the Percy Jackson series and maybe start the Heroes of Olympus, but that wasn't like a big one. It was more to finish the Percy Jackson series, and I can tick that one off, and I will try and have 12 more challenges. 11 more challenges. I have one for February. And yeah, so that will be the year, I guess. The first book I read in January was The Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken, the second book in the Darkest Minds. I think it's going to be a trilogy, and I loved this book. Harry's grandma gave me this for Christmas. I had to wait about 10 days after reading The Darkest Minds, and it killed me. And I started this as soon as I got it. I finished Fangirl in the car, and started this one straight away. I really enjoyed it, and I can't tell you how much I love this series. It's certainly becoming one of my favourite series. So that's Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. It was a 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was part of the Bout of Books 9.0 challenge, and that was Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. This is the third book in the Percy Jackson series, and this one was a 4 out of 5 stars. I love this one more than the first two books, but it's not my favourite in the series, and Annabeth's not there. I have a review of this series, so I'm not going to talk too much about these books, but that's what I read next. I will link my review down below. Next book I read, again part of the Bout of Books, was The Battle of Labyrinth by Rick Riordan, and this was, I think, it's a toss-up between this one and Last Olympian, which one was my favourite, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. I loved the battle, and it was so realistic, and I have reviewed this again, so I'm not going to say anything, so link down below. Next book I read was Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. No one's surprised. I loved this one too. It was the perfect ending to the series. I love it when books are the perfect endings, and this definitely was. I loved it. And yeah, Percabeth. That's all I'm going to say about this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, I really love the series. So that was my goal completed for the month. So after that, I just kind of read what I wanted to. And the next book, and I think that I finished this in the Bout of Books, I'm not really sure. And that was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I love this book. I love this book so much. I have reviewed this as well. I will link that down below. And I loved it so much. I gave 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm not going to say much because this video is going to be so long as it is. But I love this. I love Etienne, and I want to reread this already. The next book I read was Pivot Point by Casey West. I got this for Christmas, and I really enjoyed it. It was 4 out of 5 stars, and I had a really good reading month this month. I think most of the books that I read were 4 or 5 out of 5 stars. And it's about a girl who can kind of see the future, and she can see like 2 points of a choice, and she sees 2 points of a choice whether she should live with her mom or with her dad, and she has to make a choice which one she can live with. And I really hated her choice. Not because I didn't understand it. I understood why she made the choice, because I would have made the same choice, but it was so sad that she was forced to make the choice. And I kind of knew what was coming, because Kate Tastic said that exact same thing, that she respected her choice, but she was sad about it. And I kind of expected her not to choose the choice I wanted, because the other choice was horrifying. So yeah, that was 4 out of 5 stars, Pivot Point. The next book I read was Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. After I read Anna and the French Kiss, I could not carry on with this. I read it as soon as I got it. Like after I finished Pivot Point, I read it, and it was so good. I love Stephanie Perkins. I really love her, and this was 5 out of 5 stars again. I'm not going to say too much because I do have a review, I think. I don't know if it's up, but I do have a review either coming or up. So if it's up, I'll link it down below. The next book I read, I'm going to put the cover somewhere on the screen if I can fit it on, is Their Time to Go by Joshua J. Johnson. I got this book for a review from my friend Joshua J. Johnson, and a review will be up the 4th of February. Whether that's before or after this video, I'm not really sure. But if it's up, I will link it down below. And I really enjoyed this one, but I'm not going to say too much because I have a review. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was Vivian vs. the Apocalypse by Katie Coyle, and I really enjoyed this book. I've been putting it off for a while because I don't even know why, but I've been putting it off for a while. I read about 20 pages of it like months ago, and then I just suddenly picked it up, and I really enjoyed it. I loved all the characters and the storyline, and I wish there was a second book to the series. Please, Katie Coyle, write a second book to this, because it was such an open ending that I'm so annoyed at it. And I love this cover, it's so pretty. That book was 4 out of 5 stars, I forgot to say that. The next book I read was Me, Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I read this one with 2 other booktubers, Books with M's, and I can't remember Holly's blog again. But Holly, I'll link her Twitter below. And I really enjoyed reading this with other people. I think this was a really good book to read with others. And it was really good. I didn't love the plot, but I loved the characters. Like, there wasn't a lot of plot to it, but I loved the humor in the characters. I might do a review of this, I'm not really sure. But I don't know. But I really enjoyed it as the characters, but I didn't enjoy the plot at all. I wasn't like emotionally invested. I just liked the jokes and stuff that happened. It was funny. It was a light read. So I think Thank You. What? I gave this one, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. But that was very generous. I was nearing on 3. The next book I read was Sisters Red by Jackson Pierce. This was kind of part of a book club, but I'm the only one who ended up reading it. And it was recommended to me by Joshua J. Johnson. And I loved this book so much. I loved that Scarlett was such a kick-ass character, and she had motives for everything she did, and she was so hurt about everything that happened to her and her scars and stuff. It's a retelling of Red Riding Hood. I will do a review of this. I might do January reviews and review the books I haven't already read in January and reviewed in January. But I really enjoyed this, and I'm not going to say much more, but I really did enjoy it. It was 4 out of 5 stars. Next book I read was Summer Cotton Candy by Debbie Vigilay. This is a Christian contemporary novel, and I really enjoyed it. I read it for my church because I review books for my church, and they bought it for me, and it was really good. I have a review on my blog, and I might do a review video, but I'm not really sure. I have the review down below, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope I get to carry on with the rest of the series. Maybe I might buy the next one, but I'm not sure. I'll keep you posted, I guess. But it's about a girl who goes to work at a theme park, and she doesn't really like it at first, but then she meets other characters and stuff. It's really good, and the theme park is basically like its own world. It's really cool. I want to go to the theme park. And that was 4 out of 5 stars as well. And the last book I read in January was Vampire Academy by Michelle Mead. The movie's coming out. It comes out in like February 6th in America, but I've got to wait till April for it, which is really annoying because I really like the book. I really enjoyed the book, and I read it because the movie's coming out, and I thought I may as well read it now. I also I've bought Frostbite. Where is it? Frostbite. You can't see it. What am I doing? And I really enjoyed it. I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to do, but I enjoyed it all the same. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. So that is my January read books. I read 13 books in January, which I was really excited about. And now for my February TBR. First book I want to finish in February is The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. I started at about 70 pages. 81 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I love all the new characters, and where is Percy? Seriously, where is Percy? I know Annabelle's there, and she's really sad that Percy's lost, but where is he? I want Percy now. But I really am enjoying this, and I ordered The Son of Neptune, so I'll probably end up reading that during February as well, but it's not on my TBR because I haven't got it yet. Next book I want to read in February is Legend by Marie Lu. This series is complete now, and I don't know why I've been waiting to start this series. I think it's the cover that puts me off because I have the crappy cover. But my friend M from Books with M's has read it, and she really loved it, and a lot of booktubers have been reading this lately who haven't read it before, and I really just need to get on this bandwagon and start with it. I don't know why I haven't, so I need to. I'll read this at some point. Next book I want to read is Unravel Me by Tahara Mafi. I have read Shatter Me. Ignite Me is out this month, and I really want to read Ignite Me, and I got this for Christmas, so I thought I should read it. And Books with Jess said that she really loved it, and she loved the first one, and I loved the first one as well, but so I don't want this to be worse, and I don't like second book syndrome, so I'm really nervous for it, but I really hope it's good. The next book I want to read is kind of part of my challenge, and that is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I've read the first 2 in the series. I have reviews of them. I'll link them down below. But I've never read this one. I've got about maybe 20 pages in and got bored. And I really, really want to read it. And my friend is like begging me to read them. And I really have to. So she made me put my challenge to read at least 3 of Cassandra Clare's books this week. 3 books would make me complete the series so far, but I want to read them in their publication order, so I'm reading the amount that I would need to read the whole series, but not reading the whole series. I'm still going to have one left of the series, but I'm really, really hope I can read these 3. The next one, because I'm going in publication order, will be Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is part of the Infernal Devices trilogy. I think I'm really looking forward to this one, because apparently this series is a lot better than Mortal Instruments, and for me, even though I love the Mortal Instruments, a lot of times it's a little slow for me, and the third person annoys me, and I don't know. Is this still in third person? I think it's still in third person, but apparently it's a lot better and it's got more of a steampunk genre to it. And my friend started reading this because I bought her it for her birthday, and she really loved it, and she finished it and she really loved it. And plus it's set in England, and I'm from England, so maybe I might like recognize my marks or something and like it. I've never been to London, and it's in London, so probably not. But I really like this cover better than the Mortal Instruments covers. So the last book I want to read in February will be City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare, obviously. And this is the 4th book in the Mortal Instruments series. I want to read all these books before the last one comes out. I will do it. I don't know when the last one comes out, but the cover is really nice. So yeah, this is my last book for February. Hopefully I might be able to read more than that, but I don't want to set myself too high a goal, because I did read a lot of books in January, and I'm on a bit of a slump now. I'm kind of like, read too many books. About my challenge for the year, I've set it quite low. I've set it at 50 books, and I've already read 13, so I'm 9 books ahead of schedule. But I think that's good that I'm ahead on the first month. I like getting ahead, but I'm not going to push myself to read when I don't want to, kind of. But yeah, that's my February TBR and January wrap up. I've never done one of these before properly. I like that I've done it now. I think I might continue this, but yeah, I really enjoyed this reading month, and I hope next month will be the same. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.